Hey everybody. So today we're going to talk about quiz security with Google Forms quizzes. It comes up a lot. There's a question about, if I'm going to do an online quiz, how do I know that kids aren't cheating? And how do I make sure they have access only when I want them to have access? Well, there's a couple of ways we can actually fix that issue. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you two quick fixes. They're pretty easy that will increase your test security if you're going to use Google Forms for quizzes. So start with our just blank form here. Um, the first way is really simple, but you have to remember to do it, which is kind of the key. So it's good and bad at the same time. It's really simple. Once you have your form all filled out and everything, obviously this one's blank. But what you do here is you come up to responses and you simply click this little slider tab. And all that means is whether the kid has a link or doesn't have the link, they can't get into it. Basically the form itself is completely locked out. It's not going to take any information in. Doesn't even give the option to submit anything. It's just completely locked down. Um, so if you wanted to say, post the quiz or something the day before on Google Classroom because you're just getting all your stuff taken care of, you can always click that button. And even if the kids get into it, they can't do anything with it. They can click on the link and it just says this form is not accepting responses. Um, so that's the quick, easy way to do it. It does mean that you have to remember to turn that on and off. And it does mean if you have a kid, let's say you have a couple of sections of your class and you have, first block and you have fifth block, a kid in fifth block who has study hall during first block could technically get in while it's open for those kids at that point in time. So this has its drawbacks, but works pretty well. The next way I'm going to show you is kind of fun. It makes you kind of feel like an evil genius a little bit, which, I'm kind of pro doing something like that. It's a really neat workaround that Google allows you to do. So what we want to do first is come down here. These two little bars lets you create a new section. So what you would do is you would make section 2 here. That's going to be your whole quiz. That's where the quiz is going to go and everything like that. What you're going to do is actually come back up to section 1 and add a new question. And it always defaults to multiple choice. What you want to do is actually turn this into a short answer. Now, by doing a couple of things here, we can actually make it so you can create basically a password to get into the quiz itself. So first thing we always got to do is we make it required. So that's, quick and easy. The next thing we want to do is if we just, title this password or something like that, we click down our 3 buttons right here at the bottom of the question, and it brings up a couple of options. There's description, which we can add if we wanted to, just say, type password. The second one is response validation. And this one's pretty neat because it won't allow the students to basically put in a wrong answer. So if we come here and we create this as text and we say that the text has to be this certain thing, and let's say we want this to be, I don't know, we'll just use my name, say Winslow. And for the error text, we'll just say try again. So what happens now is we have a password set for this quiz. They cannot get in unless they put the password in. Now, if you use the same password every time, they're probably going to figure that out. But the great thing is it's case sensitive. It has to be exactly what you want. Now, the one thing that you do have to notice, I type try again here because if you don't type anything in there, it's going to tell the kids straight up, the answer doesn't contain, and it gives them the answer to it. So that's not really all that helpful if you're trying to get this to work. But to kind of show you what I'm talking about, and always if you want to see what your quiz looks like, this little looks like an eyeball is your preview button. It'll open up your new tab with the preview of this. Right now, because I don't have an answer in here, I can't click next. And let's say I try to type something in. So it's February right now. If I try this, it says try again. It won't let me go on until I do what I'm supposed to do. Even if I type it all lowercase and I try, it still won't work. Until I type it exactly how it was typed when I put it in, then it will let me go on to the next question. Um, so that's kind of the fun way to do it. And you can give, you can make your passwords, a whole bunch of gibberish, or you can make it something really fun to kind of mess with the kids a little bit. Either way, it works pretty well. And that way, you don't have to worry about anyone getting in that hasn't been there for class when they're supposed to be there. If someone's absent that day, you can always email them that code. There's a lot of ways to do it, but those are just two really quick, fun ways to add some security to the quizzes that you're making. So trying this out. If you guys like the video, you can click on the goofy picture of my face, which is my little thumbnail there, and subscribe to get some updates on the stuff I'm doing here. And then there's links to some other videos as well. So hopefully you guys enjoy, and look forward to helping you next time.